Russia retaliates after Ukrainian drone strikes. Russia launched missile and drone attacks on Ukraine, resulting in casualties following Ukraine's covert drone operation that destroyed over 40 Russian aircraft. Ukraine's Operation Spider's Web targets Russian airfields. Ukraine executed a large-scale drone attack on Russian military bases, destroying more than 40 aircraft. South Korea elects new president amid political turmoil. Lee Jae-myung won the June 3rd presidential election in South Korea, following the impeachment and removal of former President Yoon Suk-yeol. Conservative Karol Nawrocki wins. Polish presidential election. Karol Nawrocki was elected president of Poland on June 1st, defeating Rafał Trzaskowski in the second round of voting. U.S. President signs executive order banning entry from 19 countries. On June 4th, President Donald Trump signed an executive order banning entry into the United States from 19 countries, with 12 fully restricted and 7 partially restricted. Iran condemns U.S. travel ban as deep hostility. Iran criticized the U.S. travel ban, calling it a sign of deep hostility towards Iranians and Muslims. Mali faces escalating attacks from Jnim militants. Jnim militants attacked multiple Malian army bases, resulting in significant casualties and prompting counter-offensives by the Malian armed forces. Nepal sees ongoing pro-monarchy protests. Thousands have demonstrated in Kathmandu since March, advocating for the restoration of the monarchy with former King Gyanendra Shah as its head. Japan and US continue tariff negotiations. Japan and the United States have yet to find common ground on tariff issues, but aim to reach a win-win deal by mid-June. Chinese tourist attacked in Kyoto. A 37-year-old Chinese tourist was slashed by a knife-wielding assailant on a street in Kyoto after an argument. The attacker remains at large. NATO summit scheduled for June 24th to 26th in The Hague. The upcoming NATO summit in The Hague will be the first led by new Secretary General Mark Rutte, focusing on defense funding and future membership plans. Expo 2025 ongoing in Osaka, Japan. Expo 2025 themed Designing Future Society for Our Lives is being held in Osaka from April 13th to October 13th with a projected 28 million visitors. Pope meets with Child Protection Advisory Board. Pope Leo XIV met with members of the Vatican's Child Protection Advisory Commission amid calls for zero tolerance of abuse. Dutch snap elections scheduled for October 29. The Netherlands announced snap elections for October 29, following the collapse of the ruling coalition. India elected to UN Economic and Social Council 2026 through 2028. India has been selected to serve on the UN Economic and Social Council from January 2026 through 2028, marking another milestone in its global diplomatic role. Texas wins Women's College World Series. The Texas Longhorns defeated Texas Tech 10-4 in Game 3 of the Women's College World Series, with Mia Scott hitting a decisive grand slam. Club World Cup to kick off on June 14th in Miami. FIFA's newly expanded Club World Cup will begin on June 14th in Miami, featuring top soccer stars like Lionel Messi. Erin Gemmel withdraws from 400-meter freestyle final at U.S. World Trials. Erin Gemmel, the number 3 seed in the women's 400-meter freestyle, withdrew from the final at the U.S. World Trials. Mitchell Starc reveals reason for IPL 2025 absence. Australian cricketer Mitchell Starc stated that a lack of information led to his decision not to participate in IPL 2025. Piyush Chawla announces retirement from professional cricket. Indian cricketer Piyush Chawla announced his retirement from all forms of professional cricket, stating, "The moment has arrived." UAE Airlines unveil 50 new international flight routes. Ahead of the busy summer travel season, UAE Airlines have announced the launch of 50 new international flight routes, reinforcing the country's leadership in global aviation connectivity. Indonesia arrests foreign nationals in Bali on drug charges. 3 British nationals accused of smuggling nearly a kilogram of cocaine into Indonesia were charged in a court on the tourist island of Bali. Sudan cuts diplomatic relations with UAE. Sudan severed diplomatic ties with the UAE due to its support for the RSF, amid ongoing conflict and drone strikes on Port Sudan. Libya suspends operations. The Libyan government ordered the suspension of operations of 10 international aid organizations, including Doctors Without Borders, on charges of threatening the country's demographics by assisting the settlement of migrants. Philippines declares state of emergency in Paquil, Laguna. A state of emergency was declared in Paquil, Laguna, due to an increase in dengue cases.